Good morning, aviators. This is Squiggly Squid, and today I'm going to show you guys how to properly evade missiles in VTOLVR. Now, I'm going to be explaining this video as simple as possible, as I know that a lot of people struggle to learn this kind of stuff. And I'm going to be honest, it has taken me like 2 years to finally get this missile evasion stuff down. And yeah, I am a very, very slow learner, and it took me that long to understand. So by me making this video, I really hope that this helps people who are slow learners like myself better understand how this missile evasion stuff works in this game. Because the thing that really sucks about this game is that the tutorials that come pre-installed with the game, they don't really teach you a lot of stuff. They just teach you the basic functions of the aircraft and some of the weapons. But when it comes to things like missile evasion or flight maneuvers, they don't teach you anything whatsoever. And without further ado, let's go ahead and take off so I can show you guys how this works. There we go. Alright, so the aircraft we're going to be using is the T-55 twin-seater aircraft. Let's go ahead and get started. Bring the wings down. Main power is on. Let's turn on the auxiliary power and also our MFDs. RWR, which is going to be toward the left, and this is going to be very important later on. Your RWR is a very important tool to missile evasion. There we go. Turn on the HUD. Turn on the head-mounted something. I don't exactly know what that is called. Here we go. Go ahead and turn on the engines. Wait for the RPM to go up, and then go back down. There we go, sweet. Turn off your APU, and you can disable your brake lock, and then we should be good to line up on the catapult. Let's go ahead and get ourselves lined up here. Now make sure you have your launch bar on when you're doing your carrier takeoff. Here we go, and then just line yourself up perfectly with the catapult at a very slow speed. And then it should just latch you on instantly. I'm going to bring my flaps down to 1. Catapult trim enable. And we should be good. So now we can take off from the carrier. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. It's like that one scene from Top Gun. Freaking love this game. Alright, so now that we are up in the air, let's go ahead and get started. Now, something very important that you guys are going to want to check is your G limiter. Usually, it is turned on by default, but when you are in a dogfight and you are evading missiles, you're always going to want to have this turned off, because having that turned on is going to limit how hard that you can turn to evade a missile. However, be very, very cautious how many Gs that you pull, because if you pull way too many Gs, you could possibly damage your wings and most likely lose the armaments that's on your aircraft. Alright, so as you guys can see here, this is our RWR. It pretty much shows us information about incoming missiles or any nearby aircrafts that's in your area. So as you can see, we have the enemy T-55 right in front of us, and you can tell that it's a T-55 because it has a T on that icon. So let's go ahead and approach him a little bit closer here. Alright, so as you can see on the RWR, we are getting locked by a missile because it is making that tone. So pretty much, that just means that they are locking onto us and they are preparing to fire a radar missile. So during this time, keep a close eye on your RWR. When a missile is incoming, you should see a red letter M with a red circle around it, like you can see there. Now, as you are turning away from the missile, deploy chaffs and flares. And line up the missile 90 degrees from your wing where the missile is coming from. Alright, so to give a better example of what I mean by a 90-degree angle from your left or right wing, is I'm going to place a protractor right in front of the RWR. So I'm about to get locked on by a missile pretty shortly here. the enemy aircraft is still locked onto me. You can see 2 enemy aircraft on my RWR. So there's the missile, right? I'm going to turn away from the missile, bring the missile toward my 90-degree angle here. I'm going to dip below the horizon line, and as you guys can see, the missile has broke lock with me, and it's no longer tracking me. Here's another example. We got another incoming missile. I'm going to turn sharp right, bring the missile toward my 90-degree angle, dip 10 degrees under the horizon line, deploy chaffs and flares, and the missile should disconnect and fly right above you. Now keep in mind, whatever evasive maneuver that you do, it is not a guarantee that you will dodge every missile. Here is what I mean when I tell you to dip 10 degrees below the horizon line. You could dip a little bit deeper, whichever way works. Now, you can't see the T with the circle around it, that is the enemy aircraft. We are going to get locked on pretty shortly here. Alright, so there's the missile. You can hear it. I'm going to turn away from it, put the missile at my 90 degrees. And as you are turning 90 degrees, you want to dip your nose below the horizon. You can see the 10 and the 15 here. This is pretty much where you want your nose to be when you notch the missile. And once you do that, and the missile is at 90 degrees, you guys just heard the missile has just broke lock. So once you hear the missile break lock, that's how you can tell that you have notched the missile correctly. Now, when you put all of the things that I have just told you together, this is what it should look like. Very shortly, we're going to get a missile coming in. I'm going to fire a Fox 3. I'm going to start turning a little early. Just a little early. Alright, we have smoke in the air. I can see it. So, there it is. Look on your RWR. Missile, once again, 90 degrees. But as you're pulling away, make sure to deploy chaps and flares. And if the missile is still locked onto you, you can readjust. And there we go. That's pretty much how you do it. That is notching. Alright, so the next tactic I would like to go over is a high G pull. So pretty much what you're going to want it to do is you're going to want to get the missile either at your 8 o'clock or your 3 o'clock, which is going to be on either side of your nose. It can't be directly in front of your nose because that's not going to give you enough time to evade the missile. And let me go ahead and lock onto this enemy fighter here. There we go. That should get his attention pretty shortly. So hopefully he'll turn around and then he'll shoot the missile at us. There we go. He's turning around. He's facing us now. So let me use this for example. Let me actually bring the missile toward my 3 o'clock. So that's going to be toward my right a little bit. So there we go. I'm going to wait for him to shoot the missile. Alright, here we go. We got smoke in the air. So what you want to do is you want to start dipping down a bit. A few degrees below the horizon line. Keep in mind of your RWR. See where the missile's coming from. There it is. Alright, so get it toward your slight right here. Deploy chaps and flares, dip down a little bit, and then once the missile gets close, you want to turn into the missile while deploying chaps and flares. And doing that will confuse the missile. So we got another one, so I'm going to bring it to my 8 o'clock now. Bring it to my left, deploy chaps and flares, dip down a bit below the horizon line, turn into the missile path while deploying chaps and flares. And then there you go. That is pretty much high G pulling. I think another example I would like to show you guys is facing a radar missile head on, because I'm going to show you guys why that is a really bad idea. Oh, damn. Okay, never mind. He just shot us down. Oh, man, that was a good shot. Alright, we got a missile directly in front of us, so here's why having the missile in front of you is a bad idea. Because it's not going to give you probably any time to react. And that's why, you know, going head on with a missile is a really bad idea because it doesn't give you enough time to react pretty much. That's why bringing the missile toward your side is a bad idea. But yeah, so that's why you want to have the missile at an angle beforehand, just so you have a much quicker react time for the missile. So there you have it, guys. That is my understanding on how to evade missiles in VTOLVR. Now, I do apologize if I wasn't able to explain everything much clearly. But yet again, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope that I was able to help you guys better understand how to evade missiles in this game, because yes, it is pretty tricky. So it just takes a lot of practice, and keep in mind, you guys are not going to evade every single missile in this game, as you will get shot down. Hundreds of times you're going to get shot down. So yeah, that was my tutorial, and thank you guys yet again for watching this video. So I wanted to also take this time to update you guys about, once again, so I have switched over to TikTok for mainly streaming, as I will no longer be streaming on YouTube. However, I will continue to make videos for this platform. It's just that live streaming on YouTube, it's just really hard to work with this algorithm, because I feel like live streaming on here is just not, benefiting this channel in any way possible anymore. Because ever since I joined on TikTok, like, I've been getting thousands and thousands of people tuning in, and it is insane, like, how crazy and how much of an audience you attract by live streaming on their platform. So yeah, but once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.